come out today and talk about what we do with Delaney when we take her on our trips.
And for those of you that don't know, I'm Patrick.
I'm Patty.
And we are Travels with Delaney. So today, like Patty said, we just want to talk about some of the things we do to get ready to travel with Delaney. So for those of you who are pet owners who maybe never traveled before with your pets, trust me, it's not that hard, and it's great bringing your best friend, or in our case, our child, with us on the trips. So let's start with the backpack.
We have a backpack that we used to use, and now it's Delaney's, and it carries things that we need for her. It's just easy to carry in and out of our car, into the trailer, and back and forth. We have her medicine in it because she often needs her ears cleaned, so we take that along. We have her treats, the cleanup bags, extra ones in case you run out. We have her sweater in case it's cold, and her hard food, and her treats, and what does that say?
Her comb.
Her comb.
Yes, we are using a cheat sheet for this video. And the other nice thing is that backpack, then, we take that everywhere. So if we end up staying in a hotel, we can just grab the backpack, take it in, and we have basically all the necessary supplies. We'll convert it into a hiking backpack, so when we go out, we can take lots of extra water for her. So we really like it. It's just an Eddie Bauer backpack that we picked up at an Eddie Bauer outlet years ago. But it has literally become Delaney's backpack.
Yep.
As far as the car setup, we actually found a couple years ago a back seat cover at Home Goods, and the brand on the cover is MOD. And what we really like about it is it's kind of like a soft velour versus some of the others that we had were much harder and more slippery
for her.
This is great because it's not slippery for her. It's very soft on her body.
It's almost kind of like quilted, and the bottom side has little rubber adhesives to help it cling to the seat.
Yeah, and it fits really well in the 4Runner. So we put that down first, and then we bring the blanket from our bed that Delaney uses at night, and we don't wash it before we leave because that way she has a sense of home. She smells us, she smells herself in the blanket, and that rides along in the back seat with her. And then what we do is once we get to camp or to a hotel, we take that blanket in and it goes on the bed for her, just like if we were at home. We always have to bring a friend for her, and it seems like the last 2 years, Mike Wazowski, for those of you that saw Monsters, Inc., has been one of her favorite friends. She seems to always love bringing Mike along, and so Mike usually goes on trips with us. Yep. And then in the door, we always keep the leash and the water dish. The water dish we actually purchased at Camping World, and it just folds right up and works great. And we just keep that on her leash at all times, so we always have a vehicle for water for her. We carry a raincoat in the back. Actually, we carry a raincoat for all three of us, so if we have to get out to refuel or to take her on a potty break, we can go ahead and if it's pouring, and sometimes she's reluctant to wear her raincoat, but when it's raining, she actually is very glad she has it on. Yeah. So those are all things that we put in the car. Plus, we always carry lots of ice cold water for her. We always want to make sure Delaney has plenty of water and stays hydrated. What about the trailer? In
the trailer, we have like a little cabinet that's just for her, and we put her food and her treats. We always have extra leashes because you never know if you might lose one. We have different kinds of leashes that we use with her, some that are more retractable than others. And on the dinette area, which is where we usually sit most of the time, there's a little space that she likes to use, and we put a little blanket there. That way she can just climb up, and she usually likes to take her little naps there when we're inside. So yeah. Because she can't jump on the bed, it's just too high.
It's a little too high. We bought a set of steps that we were going to use. She just doesn't like them, and she won't even go near them. So originally the plan was to set those steps when we weren't in the trailer. Now, I will say, can you leave your pet in your trailer? Absolutely. That's one of the reasons we started camping over 15 years ago, because most hotels will not allow you to leave your pet in the room while you're out. But with a trailer, you can. And things we typically do to make her comfortable, we always have the air conditioner on and the fan running to create noise and keep her comfortable.
Yep. You turn on the radio, find just any station that will run for her, just so there's some sound. So it's
Close
not
all the blinds, because if she sees movement outside, that tends to get her going as far as barking. So we just close all the blinds, but we do leave a light on for her.
Right.
And then we tend not to try to be gone too long.
Yeah.
I mean, we may go out for up to 3-4 hours at most, probably. But then we come back and we check on her. But if you watched our Going West series, you saw we never left her alone in the trailer. Partially because we a lot of times were boondocking where there was no electricity, so we couldn't leave the air on for her. Plus, we were doing activities that she could do with us.
Exactly. Like if we're going hiking or biking, she goes.
Right. And even dining out, we try to find restaurants that are pet friendly so that we can dine out. But yes, you can leave her or your pet in your trailer, but just make sure they're comfortable, make sure they're maintained. And then if you're at an actual campground, like a commercial campground, we always leave my cell phone number at the front desk. That way, if there's any issues, they will give us a call, and works out good.
Yep.
Let's talk about food.
We give her hard foods, Merrick, and we also do soft. At home, it's the hard food. We try to do that because it keeps her teeth clean. And we use the greenies to help keep her teeth clean. She likes those treats. They're called greenies. But when we travel, she doesn't eat the hard food. She just, I don't know if she goes into shutdown mode or whatever. So we just don't want her to get sick or dehydrated. So we get her the canned food version of Merrick. And she loves it.
Yeah, and we love it too, because the Merrick food, and literally when we were opening the cans on the trip, I'm like, this looks better than what we're eating. It's big chunks of, let's say with the pot roast, it's big chunks of beef and whole baby carrots and chunks of potatoes.
And peas and sweet peas. And it always has some kind of gravy that she just laps up. So, and they're good for her, and they have lots of nutrients that she needs. So
we'll go back to the hard food when we get home, and she will eat it at home. But we've just found over the years when we travel, she just will not eat her food, and we want her to continue to eat. She needs nutrition, especially when we're out hiking and biking and things like that. And so she kind of knows, I think, that it's a treat when she's on vacation that she gets the soft food, but then when we get home, we'll go back to the hard food. But that's also why we supplement the greenies, because of her teeth. When she's eating the soft food, she will munch on the greenies, which helps keep her teeth clean.
Right.
So we also only buy treats that are made in the USA. So that's the first thing we look for. And so obviously some of the treats we use, like the bacon strips and the beef strips, they're not quite as good. But we like the chicken jerky because it's literally chicken that's been dehydrated, and she really likes that too. So those are kind of the treats that we typically will use. So I guess in wrapping it up, I mean, don't be afraid to travel with your pets. They're part of your family most likely, and so take them with you. Don't be afraid. Main thing is come up with a game plan, know what you need to take, and really think about it as far as where should things go. Again, we keep a leash and the water bowl in the car, because we know that, number one, every time we take a fuel break, she gets a potty break, and so it's right there for Patty. Typically does that while I'm refueling, and she can grab the leash and immediately take Delaney to a grassy area, and then as soon as she gets back, she opens up that water dish and gets her water and the treat, and then the two of us get to go have our potty break. So it works out really well that way. So hopefully this gives you a little insight into some of the preparation we go through to get ready for our trips with Delaney and how we travel with her.
Right.
So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment in the box down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you like our channel, also share it with your friends. And we'll continue to try to get you the information that you guys want in terms of traveling with your pets.
Yep.
All right. We'll see everybody on down the road.
Have a good day. Bye.